Come on in the room. Hey, come on in the room. Hey, yeah. Jesus is my doctor, and he writes out all of my prescriptions in the room. Yeah. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Grand Rising, Rich Rising. Happy new day to each and every one of you guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today's a beautiful day, and we all have the power to make it that way. Good morning, Anne Marie. How y'all doing this morning? Double tap on that screen. Hey, come on, let's go. Come on in the room. Yeah, come on, come on. Come on in the room. Yeah, come on, double tap on the screen. Jesus is my doctor, and he writes out all of my prescriptions in the room. Yeah, double tap on that screen, y'all already. Y'all already know what time it is, man. It's morning walk, word, and worship. Right? Morning is walk, word, and worship. Happy new day to each and every one of you guys on this beautiful, beautiful day in which God has created on the day, man. God is absolutely amazing in each and every one of our lives. And if we are looking for a reason to be excited on today, thank you guys so much over there on Facebook for all the love that's coming through. Man, I just want to say this to y'all real quick. If you are looking for a reason to be excited today, if you're looking for a reason to have joy today, if you are looking for a reason to have peace in your heart on today, look around. Look around. Look to your left, then look to your right. Look up and then look down. If you have the ability to understand what I'm saying to you, you've already been blessed. If you have the ability to move your eyes around, you have the activities of your limbs, then you are already blessed. If you will experience this brand new day, a day in which was not promised to you, I want you to know that you are already experiencing God's blessing. Every single day that we wake up, we are blessed with a new portion of grace and mercy that is suited to fit whatever obstacle, whatever trial, whatever tribulation that we're going to be being experiencing on this day. Is that not blessing enough? Think on that. Is that not blessing enough? Is that not blessing enough? When you think about it, right? One of the things that I tell you guys all the time is what God always gives us what we need before we need it. God always gives us what we need before we need it. And through our studying inside the Patreon and our classes, right? One of the books we read, he says, hey, look, he gives you new grace and new mercy every day. And it's tailored to fit whatever it is that you're going to be going through that day. Now gives us confirmation that when coach tell you that God gives you what you need before you need it, now you understand that God actually gives you what you need before you need it. He gives you the grace before you even experience the experience. Come on now. Is that not a blessing enough right there? Is that not something right there? Come on. He gives you grace for whatever the thing is that you're going to be dealing with before you actually even deal with that particular thing. He's already opening the door, already creating a way of escape for you before you even get over by the door. And the thing about it is we have to become so locked in with him that we understand that nothing that we're going through, no experience that we are experiencing that he's not already aware of. God is always aware. He's always in control. He's always right there with us. And as long as we are with him, we will not fail. As long as we with him, we will not fail. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I want to know how to say your name so bad. All I know is Franco.560. Franco.560. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you, Krista, for this CA. I appreciate you. It's all about acknowledging God's power. Acknowledging his presence, seeing that he's right there, doing it right there for us, right? That he's always right there. He's always, and then if we were to go a little bit further into that, I'm waiting on everybody to reach their goals. Facebook, y'all passed y'all goal already. Y'all are at 370. The starting goal is 200. Y'all got y'all starting goal. So we waiting right now. We need 8 more badges on IG. Double tap on that screen. And what we got going over here on TikTok, we at 3.2K. So we got to get up to 10K. So y'all double tap on the screen. And I just want to say this to you. A lot of times the things that we do not understand. What's going on, Rashida? I see you popping in. Viva and Aubrey, appreciate you so much for that. CA, Purple Flowers, good morning to you. How you doing? One of the things that I want us to focus on is this right here, right? When Jesus is speaking to us, this is what I want y'all to pay attention to what I'm about to say to y'all. We just getting started. But while they double tapping on the screen, I want you guys to know that God is always there, always working, and he's always making a way for us, right? I need for us to understand that fully. I need for us to know that whatever it is that we need is already there. It's already being taken care of. I need for us to know this, to understand this, to trust and believe that, so that we don't operate in panic and we don't operate in stress and in anxiety, and that we don't get so far ahead of ourselves that we start putting ourselves in the way of what God is doing in our life because we're acting out of fear and anxiousness, right? What you say, Coach? What I'm about to tell you right now is going to be game changing. Right? It's going to be game changing because once I explain this to you, you're going to understand what I'm saying. When I tell you that God is already, he gives you what you need before you need it. I'm saying that because I want you to start calming your mind down and letting your mind know that God is in control. Because if you don't calm your mind down and let your mind know, your body know that God is already in control. If you don't do that, then what happens in that situation is you start to try to help God, and God don't need your help. He just needs for you to be faithful. He just needs you to be obedient. He just needs you to follow his instructions. He don't need you putting your hand in the mix, because when we jump in and we start doing it, it's no longer him doing it. Now it's us doing it. And then when it's a mess being made out of it, now we get mad at God. So I'm trying to save you from putting yourself in a situation where you start to operate out of fear or anxiousness because you want it done a certain type of way, and then you jump out there and you end up out of the wheel, right? So this is why it's so important for you to keep in the front part of your mind that God already got it fixed, that he already had it done, that he already got it all the way together. Understand me? This is why understanding that and standing on that, living in that, that's why that's so important. Because when Christ says it, he says what? I came that you might have life and have it more abundantly. He said, I come is, it's already happened. He didn't say I'm coming. Pay attention. Double tap on my screen. I'm going to show you something. He said, he did not say I'm coming that you might have life and have it more abundantly. He says, I come that you might have life and have it more abundantly. That's past tense. That means that God he's already come, and he's already done exactly what needed to be done so that you can experience life and experience it more abundantly. The reason why he's saying might in that is because your decision making is going to determine whether or not you experience abundance or not. That's just free game. I just wanted to get that to y'all this morning. That's that, yeah. Come on, sit in that for a second. Sit in that, deal with that for a minute. Deal. Come on, Takesha. Tell them sit in there for a minute. Like, why would you do that to us like that? Ooh, come on, Kim. Like, wait, hold up. Thank you, PJ. Wait a minute. Why? Wait, hold on. Why would you do that to us like that at the start of the live? We ain't even got our seat yet. We ain't even decided which side of virtual church we gonna be on yet, Coach. Wait a minute. Think about it. Queen say rewind it. If you think about it, right? The scripture says, right? What I always tell you is that God is going to always give you what you need before you need it, right? It's already done Before you get there, before you experience that experience, it's already rigged up. So there's no need for you to operate with fear or anxiety or anxiousness because it's already done. The world will trick you into thinking that this is something that you have. Oh, this is a panic. It creates the fear and the stress and the anxiety inside of you, which then distracts you and pull you out of alignment, right? So when the scripture, if you go back and you read that scripture, he says, I come so that you might have life and have it more abundantly. When he's speaking in the terms of, I've already been here. I've already done it, right? The scripture that I gave the other week, it said, what did he say in that scripture? He says, I've already defeated this world. So we know that he's already been here. He's already done the job. He's already accomplished the mission. So what God was going to do, what Jesus was going to do in this earth has already been done. How God was going to move in this earth was already done, right? So what happens is we're just we're reliving through those experiences because of our divine right of choice, right? So God is saying, I want you to choose me, right? So we're going to get into that. But the scripture says, if we go back right now and we read the scripture says, I come that you might have life and have it more abundantly. In other words, he says, I've already come and I come so that you can have life and have it more abundantly. But the only way that you're going to have it more abundantly is if you decide to stay in the will. In other words, I've already done it for you, but your decision making is going to determine if you experience my abundance. He says, I come that you might have life and have it more abundantly. I come is past tense. I've already been there. I've already been there. He said, you're in places that I've already left. I've already handled that. I've already took care of that. I've already made right in that. I've already moved that. It's past tense. It's already done. You have to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and get back into this game of life. You have to do what? Pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and get back in this game of life. I want to tell it to somebody's heart this morning. You will win again. Understand me. But in order for you to win, you're going to have to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and get back into this game of life. Understand me. There's going to be sometimes in every sport, there's sometimes when you're going to have to go ride the bench a little bit. You got a little bit of too far outside yourself. You got a little too emotional. You're a little bit too invested over there, and you did something, said something, and you got to go sit down and cool off. You got to go catch your breath, and that's okay. Nobody's expecting for you to be perfect. Nobody's expecting for you to have it all the way together. We get that. But what I'm telling you is, don't take a time out and make it be a sit out for the whole entire game. Catch your breath and get back in. Catch your breath and get back in and keep right on going, right? Because it says, hey, look, your abundance, that's waiting on you. Your abundance is waiting on you. You know what it says when it speaks about Satan? When it talks about Jesus, Jesus said, I come that you might have life and have it more abundantly, right? He says, there you go, I have come, which means past tense. I've already been here. But when Satan speaks, he says, he's coming. He's coming to steal, to unalive, and destroy. He's coming to destroy what God has already built. And how does he destroy it? He destroyed through you. You are the vehicle that spirits ride through. We are the transportation. So when you are under his influence, then you behave the way that he wants you to behave. He come, the adversary come to steal, unalive, and destroy. He is still in action trying to destroy, to unalive. Understand me. This is what it is. Jesus has already come. He's already did his thing. He's already did his thing. But he's coming to do this. Yeah. So good morning to you. Double tap on my screen as we come in. Y'all already know what we've been talking about for the past week. I just want to put that out there that it's already been taken care of. So, right? It's already been taken care of. There's no need for you to fret. There's no need for you to worry. What we need for you to do is stay inside of that word, right? What we need for you to do is stay inside of that word, because as long as you got that word with you, then you will be able to defeat the adversary. As long as you got that word in you and you know exactly what God has called you to do and you are in alignment alliance with him on a regular basis, then what? You ain't got that right there to worry about. I know what you come for, enemy. Understand me. I know what you come for. I know what you're looking to do. I know how you move. I know how you operate. I'm not ignorant to your vices. I know, yeah, come on now, because what I told you, our chosen family, when you are ignorant to the enemy's tactics, then he has the advantage. But when you are knowledgeable of the enemy's tactics, now you have the advantage. And the only way that you're going to have that advantage is if you are what? If you are what? Double tap on my screen, put it inside my chat, right? The only way that you're going to have the advantage is if you are what? Come on, you got that. If you, I see you, Gigi. If you are what? You got to know the information. You got to know. You got to know it. There you go. I like them answers over there. Is if you are knowledgeable. If you are ignorant to the enemy's tactics, then he has the advantage. But when you are knowledgeable of the enemy's tactics, now you have the advantage. Why? Because I know how you are coming, right? We know how you're coming. We know what we know what your vices are. We know you like to deceive. We know you like to distract. We know you like to pull people out of alignment. We know what it is that you're doing now. And that's the same way it is in every game, right? In every game, what do? They study the other team's tapes. What they do? They go in their locker room and they study the other team. They go in that locker room and they study the other team's games. Why do they do that, coach? Well, they're trying to see who are the strongest players. We want to know who's the strongest players on that team. We want to know who's the biggest guard, who we need to look out for, who we need to put two mans on. Understand me? We need to know who's the one that can make all the buckets. We have to study their plays so that we'll know exactly how to play them. Any sports people in here? Any sports people in the chat? Double tap on the screen if that's a fact. If that's a fact and you know that that's what they do, they go in the locker room, right? And they spend their time studying the other players, right? They study the other players' move. They study their offense. They study their defense. They break people up, and sometimes even in group. And they have their defensive players watch their defensive players. They watch their offense. They watch these things so that they can study the game and they can see exactly what it is that they're going to be dealing with. That's the same exact thing that God is telling us. He's like, hey, in order for you to dominate your opponent, the only way for you to win against your opponent, what I need for you to do is I need you to study. When you open up that book and you get to studying and dissecting and fully understanding what's going on in your life, then you will have the advantage, because now you can strategize. Now you can plan. Now you can do it exactly how you need to do it, right? Now you can do it exactly how you need to do it to make sure that outcome is favorable for you. Well, why is that important? Because a lot of times we don't know how we self-destructing. If the enemy doesn't have the power to destroy us, he only has the power to deceive us into destroying ourselves, then that means that we're self-destructing. That means that the enemy is not doing to me what I thought that he was doing to me. You coming in too hot this morning. Wait, you're giving the enemy more power. Friends say, my God, think about it though, friend. Miss Pretty Smile 87, think about it. Think about it. If the enemy doesn't have the power to destroy you, his only power is to deceive you into destroying yourself, then that means that the enemy is not doing to you what you say that he's doing to you. It's you. You have to be careful with who you allow in your ear. If the enemy doesn't have that power, and the only way that he's able to destroy you is if you are a willing participant in that. You have to be willing to follow his lead. You have to be willing to bite the apple. You have to be willing to take his advice. This has to be something that you are willing to do. Without your participation, right? Without your participation, he has no authority. Without your participation, he has no power. Without your participation, he can't do any of those things. You want to talk about it? Hey, I I'm just here to get a message. I'm just here to get a message. We give him more credit than what he really and truly deserves. He doesn't have the power that y'all think that he has. Understand me. He doesn't have the power that y'all think that he has. Understand me. It's just influence. He can only influence you, right? That's the same thing. He's doing the same thing today that he was doing even when he was in the garden, right? Even inside of the garden, he couldn't force Eve to bite the apple. He could not force Eve to bite the apple. He did not force Eve to bite the apple. He influenced her. He got into her mind because he found a weakness, right? He made her think that she could have more than what she already had, as if what she already had wasn't good enough. She had more than enough. She had more than enough. Everything that she needed was right there. But sometimes we'll get into this place, right? It's all about control and it's all about power. But as we started studying Christ conscious, we understood what? It's better to serve than to rule, right? One of the biggest takeaways from our 3-week study of Christ conscious was God said it's better to serve than to rule. It's better to serve than to rule. Everybody want to rule. He said, but I created you to serve. Created you to serve. Everybody want the spotlight. Everybody want the fame. Everybody want all eyes on them or whatever. He's like, you want the fame. I need you to have impact. I need you to touch some people's lives. I need for you to go encourage some people's hearts. I got some folk that's on the edge. I need somebody that's going to be willing to go over there, you know what I'm saying, and sit with them for a moment. You know what I'm saying? Tell them, pour into them, love on them. You know what I mean? This is one of the things that we learned when we were studying Christ conscious. It's not all about the fame, the glitz, and the glam. It's about the impact that you have on people's lives. Understand me, on a day-to-day basis, how many hearts are you actually touching? How many people are you encouraging? How many people have you checked on? Understand me, he's like, hey, how many people have you introduced me to? What'd you say, Coach? Well, how can I do that? Through you. How many people have you introduced me to? Because if Christ lives in the inside of us, if he's in here, how many people have you showed me to today? How many people can see Christ, the Christ that's inside of you? How many people have seen him today? How many people have seen him today? This is our job. This is our job. This is what each and every one of us are supposed to be doing on a regular basis. How many people have you introduced to me on today? On today through a smile. Through you holding the door, through a nice word, through I'm gonna pay for the car behind me, or don't worry about, I got the groceries of the person that's standing right behind me. Somebody that you don't know nothing about. I just want to bless you. Why? Because God has blessed me. I just want to take care of you because God has taken care of me. Understand me. We're talking impact. We're talking impact. Things are not, it's not all about glitz and glam and who got this and who got that. We're talking about real life ministry. We're talking about real life goodness, real life kindness, real life service. This is what we were called to do. Right? This is what it is. This is what it is, or what it should be, when we're all in alignment with the Most High God. Good morning, Neek. How you doing, sweetheart? What's going on, Niche? Gigi McGrose, how you doing this morning? Danielle, how you doing this morning? I see y'all popping in. We're going to go ahead and get started. But, hey, look, we just kind of went there real fast there. We went there, and we went there real fast. We went out that door on them, baby. We went out that door on them so fast. We going to get back. Y'all know it be wild on Tuesdays, though. It be wild on them Tuesdays. We pop in, and we be like, oh, man, Tuesdays and Thursdays, you got to know what you're dealing with over here. You pop in on a Tuesday and a Thursday, you don't never know what's about to happen. We be all the way up in the sky on them days. But I just want you guys to keep in the front parts of your mind, right? Oh, it's Tuesday. Okay, so keep in the front parts of your mind this right here. God has already fixed it. He's already fixed it. He's already done it. He's already taken care of it, right? He says, I come that you might have life and have it more abundantly. The reason why the might is right there, right? And I'm breaking this down to you because this was a question that was asked to me. And I wanted to make sure anytime somebody asks me a question, I come back and I answer that question, but I like to answer it with everybody so that everybody get a full understanding of the scripture, right? So it says, well, why does it say might? The might is there because the might is all riding on your decision making. Christ said, I come that you might have life and have it more abundantly. But if you want to experience the abundance, right, you have to make sure that you are in alliance. You have to make sure that you are doing your part. Understand me, because everybody won't experience the abundance, right, the overflow. Everybody won't get that if they're not in alignment. Understand me, right? Because there's a difference in between his people and their people. So when he says I come, so in other words, you can also look at it from the frame of I'm coming to bless whoever is here to get blessed. I'm coming to heal whoever is healed, to here to be healed. I'm here to help whoever is trying to be helped. But if you don't want it, you don't want it. If you do want it, I'm here to provide it. This is what he's saying, right? I've already done it. And we learned in our scripture, I want to say that was last Thursday, where he said, I've already conquered this world. In other words, he let us know that he's already been here, already done that. And the only thing that he's asking us to do from this point forward is to follow, right? I want everybody to write in my chat real quick, follow. Capital letters for me, please. We have this, what he's saying is, I just want y'all to follow. I've already conquered this world. I already know what it takes to beat this world. I already told y'all this already. The only thing that I'm asking y'all to do is follow. And we as a people, we suck when it comes down to following. We suck with it. Why? Because don't nobody want nobody to tell them what to do. I don't want nobody telling me what to do. Who you think you is, my mama? Who you think you is? You think I ain't got to do that, and I ain't got to do this. Anybody that's telling you the right thing to do, anybody that's leading you in the right direction, anybody that's giving you the right type of information, anybody that's pouring into your spirit, anybody that's creating an avenue in your life where you're able to grow, where you're able to heal, where you're able to develop, where you're able to live a full life, you better learn how to become submissive. You better learn how to follow. You better learn how to get your little self over there in alignment. Oh, no. The reason why you're going through what you're going through is because of that right there. You better learn how to set that pride and that ego to the side. And you have to be willing to follow. So many, I'm talking about, I ain't want nobody telling me what to do. Who you think you is? My mama, you think about daddy? I ain't got to do that. Yeah, come on now. If can't nobody tell you nothing, then you're going to sit right there in that same mess. You're going to sit right there in that same mess. You have to sit your pride and your ego to the side, and you have to be willing to follow. And sometimes the information that you get, it's not going to be the information that you wanted. And that's just that on that, baby. Yeah, every message ain't going to be something that's going to be, patting your back, or something that's going to be bigging you up. It's going to be some information that's going to come across, and it's going to be on your toes. Understand me? It's going to be in your house. It's going to be in your bed. It's going to be in your relationship. It's going to make you feel uncomfortable. Why coach calling me out? Why the pastor on me? Why such and such exposing me? Understand me? And that is a good thing. You should be happy about the fact that you got somebody in your life that's calling you out, that's putting it on the floor for you, that's exposing you to the truth. And you should also look at it and say, you know what? I thank God for the awareness, because conversations like this didn't bother me. I didn't care nothing about it. Why? Because I was going to do what I was going to do anyway. I was going to do this and do that anyway. And the only reason why you're mad, the only reason why you're triggered is because of the fact that you know now that it's wrong. Your awareness is heightening, it's growing, and it's evolving, and you don't even know it. Ain't that something? I'm glad you're mad. I'm glad you in your feelings. I'm glad you feeling a way about it, but shift your perspective. I'm glad you're mad. I'm glad you feel like, coach in my business, she talking about relationships. Coach in my business, she talking about family. I feel like she's saying this and she's saying that. And oh my God, I'm glad that you feel that way, but now shift your perspective. I'm glad that you're triggered by what's being said. That's the only reason why you're triggered by it, because it's because you know, you have identified that there's something wrong in that thing, that thing should not be what what it actually is. You in your feelings because you know that there's a problem right there. So now we need you to shift it from being angry to over to how can I correct that? Be angry enough to fix it. Be mad enough to do something different. Be so frustrated that you say, oh, you ain't gonna call me out about that again. I tell you what, let me go ahead and get this together. Be that angry. Be that frustrated. Be that much in your feelings. So much so that you say, oh, you won't have to deal with me about that again. Let me go ahead and fix that right now. That's how you fix that one. That's how you fix that one. You have to be willing to follow. I said, yeah, listen, I'm giving you the information. I'm putting it out there. I'm providing these different spaces for you. But if you are not going to listen, if you're not going to follow instructions, if you're not going to take the things and apply the things to your life, if you're not going to do that, then you're not doing your part. So when you don't experience abundance, when you don't experience overflow, there's nobody that you can blame for that before but you. If you know that you halfway in, you got 1 foot in and 1 foot out, and you doing your own thing over on the side, you can't get mad when you're not experiencing and overflow. If you halfway in and halfway out, then you getting what you put in. Understand me? So the half that you're not putting in, don't get mad when that half don't come back. Understand me? You giving me half and you're making it halfway. And then when you don't get all the way where you need to get, or you think that you should be able to be, I just don't feel like I'm where I need to be in life. Are you doing the work? Hey, come here. I just don't feel like I'm where I need to be in life, and I'm just, it just don't make no sense to me, and it's really getting on my nerve because I feel like I should be so much further than this right here. But you ain't did now a bit of work. You ain't did nothing to get you to that place in life that you say that you want to be. You ain't did nothing but cry about it, complain about it. You ain't did nothing but pray about it. That's it. That's all. But baby, you ain't, yes, I said that just like that. I meant that. You ain't did nothing but pray about it. But you ain't attached no work to that prayer. You prayed the prayer and then you expected for God to come and just do all the work for you. You didn't think nothing about, oh, I got to pray. And when I pray, and I got to align my life for the prayer that I just prayed. You ain't thought nothing about that. You just feel like because you prayed the prayer that God should just come on down and he just should go ahead and just give it on to you. And that's not what it says. Everybody that's in there, understand me, they had to put forth some type of effort to be able to obtain the thing that they said that they wanted. The lady with the issue of blood, she could not sit at the house and think, because Jesus wasn't coming to her house. Hello, he was passing through. Understand me, she could not sit in her house and wait on him to come. She had to do what? She had to get up and she had to press through the crowd. She had to push her way through it. And the Bible says, she says, excuse me, over and over and over until she was actually there. Do you understand me? You have to work. You have to be active. You have to get up. You have to go after it. If you're not living a full life, you have to check yourself. She had to work for it. That healing ain't come easy. You want it to come easy, and the sad truth is, baby, this ain't gonna come easy. This ain't gonna come easy for you. I need for you to know this right here. This ain't an easy thing. Even when Peter was out there fishing, I got to go back to that real quick. I need for you to know this ain't easy. Before Peter had the overflow of fishes, understand me. Before he had the overflow or the experience with Jesus on the boat, Peter had to first deal with 24 hours out there in the water catching absolutely nothing. Before he caught something, he had to deal with catching nothing. Understand me, what you say, coach? Before he caught something, he had to deal with 24 hours of catching nothing. Can you handle that? Come on. Can you handle that? Can you handle that? Can you handle your net being empty? Can you handle, yeah, okay, I'm gonna get into it. Give me a second. Can you handle when your net empty? Yeah, can you handle, I know we're supposed to be talking about the awakening. Give me a minute. Can you handle when your net empty? Can you handle that? A lot of you cannot handle that. So when your net is coming up and it's coming up empty, you be so frustrated, you be so aggravated, you be so annoyed. My business ain't doing what I thought it was gonna do. It ain't jumping off how I thought it was gonna jump off. I don't really have the clientele that I thought that I was gonna have, and people really not biting it like how I thought they was gonna bite it, and I really just don't know. No. You're relying on people. God said rely on me. I didn't ask you to rely on them. Understand me? I didn't ask you to rely on them. You putting your business in folk hand. Every time you open up your mouth and you start talking about how folk ain't doing this and folk ain't doing that and how this is happening that, you relying on folk. You're not relying on me. Understand me? I gave you the business. I gave you the business idea. Understand me? Which means I plan on providing for that. But there's going to be a season to plant and the season to pluck up what is planted. And you have to be making sure that when you're going through that season of where the planting is taking place, you have to make sure that you did what Joseph done and you properly placed things where they needed to go so that you can make sure you had enough in the storehouse. Understand me? That you had enough stored away so that when that season came, then you will be able to maintain until it was time for it to boom up again. Understand me? This is what this is talking about. This is how we have to live. And if you stay ready, you ain't never got to get ready. You ain't never got to take the time, and you ain't never got to plan it out. You ain't never got to figure this and figure that if you are handling business from the beginning. Majority of the time, we're not. We want to live how we live and do what we do, and then we want God to come in and still bless our mess. We ain't in that season no more. Understand me? We not in that no more. This right here is it. It's either you all the way in or you all the way out. Understand me? That's how tight this thing then got right now. You better take a time and step back today. Whenever you got your own little personal time, y'all double tap on my screen. Send me some love. It's tight, but it's right. It's tight, but it's real right. Understand me? You better step your little self back and you better look at the situation that we're in right now. You better look at the world that we're living in right now. And you better really evaluate this thing, what I'm telling you right now. And you're going to find out, you know what? She ain't playing. Honestly, what she's saying, I see it every day. But I just didn't think of it that way. You better get serious, and you better get serious about your life. You better get serious about your relationship with God. You better get serious about your spiritual journey. Understand me? Because I'm telling you, if not, you're going to hell in a handbasket. I want you to know, not going to hell, but you're going to experience hell in a handbasket. Understand me? Yeah, I'm telling you this. This is a fact. You watch it every day. You see it every day. People right now, the things that they're experiencing, the things that they're going through, the things that they're dealing with, and you're like, oh my God. You're looking at it and you say, oh, you're too young for that. Oh my God, I can't believe somebody that age is going through that. I can't believe this. You over there talking about what you can't believe, and you seeing it right there. Hell, right here on earth. You seeing it right now, living in it right now, dealing with it right now. I can't believe that happened. I can't believe that this, oh my God, this, you every day you wake up and you go on any platform, there's a, oh my God, situation happening right there. You can turn on the news right now, and guess what you're gonna see? Oh my God moment happening right now. Malik, thank you so much for the CA. It's a oh my God happening right now on every single platform. And you still thinking that it ain't real? And you still thinking that it ain't real? It's just as real as heaven. But you get to decide which one you're going to experience. It's just as real as heaven. And you get to decide which one that you're going to experience. And some of us are choosing to live hell. And that is a fact. Heaven and hell, you get to decide which one you want to experience. And you ain't gonna wait until you unalive to experience it. I'm talking about right here, right now, today. You either gonna have heaven on earth or you're gonna have hell on earth. And it's all based on you and your decision making. It's all based on what it is that you're going to do. Understand me? It's all based on what you're gonna do. The decisions that you're going to make. That's right there. That baby, that's all left up to you. It's either you're gonna follow or you're not. It's either you gonna do it or you not. It's either you gonna be in an alliance or you not. It's either, yeah, that's it. That's it. It's all gonna be left up to you. Because just like I told you guys on yesterday, God is going to do what? He's going to let you live on whatever level of life that you settle for. It's however you want to go about it. Understand me, this is your life. If you want to live it and you want to struggle all your life, if you want to be down bad all your life, if you want to be hung up over there with them generational curses and deal with that drama, that traditional drama, day-to-day drama, heartache, pain, and everything in between that, then he says, hey, I'll take my hands off of it and I'll let you have it. If that's what you want to deal with, if that's how you want to go about it, hey, do your own thing. But understand that there's consequences that's going to be attached to you doing your own thing. There's going to be consequences attached to you living your life that way. You're going to have to reap that. He says that right then. He says you're going to reap what you sow. Whatever it is that you're planting in this earth is what's going to come up out of that. And you have to be mindful of that, right? So when I told you yesterday, I said you have to draw the V, right? I said now you have to understand you're going to have consequence and you're going to have perks. You have consequences when you're out of alignment. You have perks when you are in alignment. When you're following Christ, your perks are your favor. Understand me? So you experience heaven right here on earth. Understand me? You experience overflow right here on earth. You experience abundance right here, and you experience it right here on earth. This is not a wait till you become unalive to experience. Come on. Oh, yeah. I know. Some people like, wait a minute. I thought I had to go to heaven when wait a minute. You're challenging what I didn't learn that in children's church. Come back. Wait a minute. Hold up. Every day I show up over here and you come back over here and you're ruining what I thought as a kid. Now I knew. Wait a minute. No. Why you got to wait until you are lifeless to live? Come on, coach, you got to make that make sense. When Eve was inside of the garden, when Eve was in the Garden of Eden, she was 2, right? Man, you're going to do too much. Wait, come on. I'm going to get in here. I want to get in here. Give me a second. Wait a minute, Kira. I want to get in my notes, but give me a minute. Can I go outside? Can I go outside? Do y'all mind if I go outside and teach you something? Can I go outside and teach you something? Do you mind? Do y'all mind? Do y'all mind if I go outside and teach y'all something? She said yes. She said go outside. Crystal said go out. Crystal Love said go outside. Can I go outside? Gigi, don't do it. Gigi say no. Gigi say no. Don't do it. Don't go. It's too many people telling me to go outside. It's too many people telling me. Oh, Miss Lauren _Cole said, teach it. She said teach it. Y'all know I like that now. Hey, she says teach it. Now, I got some people. Okay, teach it. Come on. Okay, so look at Lily. Lily forward now. She's so forward. Now, okay. Can I do this then? All right. So I want to say this. When Eve was in the garden, she was 2, correct? When Eve was in the garden, she was 2, correct? Absolutely. Because what she was told is that if she was to eat that, then she would pass away, right? That she would pass away, right? This is what she was told. Thank you, Debbie. I appreciate you so much. But when she ate it, a part of her passed, but she didn't pass, right? A part of her passed away, which was a part of her that was living in pure and genuineness. That part of her became deceased because of her disobedience. She lost the zeal. She lost that covering. She lost that protection. That part of her. And the part of her that was the awareness, the insecurity, the part that was, ashamed and guilt and need to hide, that part was there. So she was 2. So when the serpent came and he said, surely this wouldn't happen, you won't become unalive. That is not true. The serpent knew that part wouldn't pass, but there was a part that would. He knew that. So he took a piece of the truth and he entangled it with a bunch of lies. And he tricked her or convinced or influenced her to do it. So she did it. So that in fact means there was 2. We both have that two parts of us. To this day, we operate with that two parts. Even Paul spoke of the two parts. Paul says it's another members that's at work in the inside of me. That I know to do right, I don't. And that I do, right? He was confused. Paul was like, wait a minute. What's happening here? We are all operating with the two part. What's my two part? Your divine right of choice. Your divine right of choice have been there since the very beginning of time. God created us to be people that operated with decision-making choices. God is a God that wants you to love and to follow him by choice. He don't want it to be a forceful type of thing. The same way you don't want to force nobody to love you. You don't want to force nobody to choose you. You don't want to have to manipulate or convince somebody to be there for you and do this and do that the same way you feel like, oh, I'm not doing all of that. That's the same way God is about us. He only wants those who want him. She made a decision. Now we could put our focus and say that our focus should be on the serpent, but I will not. I won't. Not today. We've talked serpent talk for too many years. If I was to teach it, I would have to teach it and say that my problem is not the serpent. My problem is the fact that Eve did not follow instructions. We fail in life because we don't follow instructions. Hey, I just broke it down to you. How you receive it is up to you. How you receive it is solely up to you. But I want to go further because my people gave me permission to go outside. So I'm going to hang out on the front porch a little bit more, right? So I'm going to say that I'm not concerned about the serpent in this message. Who I'm concerned about is the fact that there you go. What is it? I am lady. Is it I am lady? Well, you know who you are, 215. There you go. It's our obedience. We don't know how to be obedient. We don't know how to follow directions, and we will allow anybody up in our ear. So if we were just to put this in 2025 real quick, I want to put it in 2025. If we was to put it in 2025 and your mother is talking to you, your father is talking to you, and you come up in there and you done something that they done told you not to do, and then you over there saying, oh yeah, well, Erica had told me to go and do it, or John had told me to go and do it, or I was out there playing with them and then they had told me to do it. Don't nothing piss your parent off like knowing that you, come on! Yes, don't nothing piss your parents off like you listening to somebody over them. If I got any parents in the chat, this is your cue. Double tap on my screen, send me some love. Come on. We're going to pass the plate on that right there. Pass the plate on there. See, double tap on the screen. If that's you, y'all know what to do. Let me get 5 badges on IG. Double tap on the screen where you at, because we're going to have to tell the truth real quick. Don't nothing piss you off. Don't nothing get up under your skin. Don't nothing frustrate you like when you done told them what you know is right, when you done already gave them the game and you done put it out there for them. And then they turn right back around and they let somebody else in their ear and they go do the opposite of what it is that you told them, then come running back to you and want you to fix it, want you to make it right, want you to do that. Whoa. You ain't listen to me. You listen to them. You let them tell you as if, when it's all boiled down to it, it's just me and you. When it all boiled down to it and the rubber hit the road, it's ma, can you give? Can you fix? Oh, no. Go back out there with them folk that you thought so highly of. That was the experience that they had in the garden. No, 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 no. Oh, no, 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 no. I told you the right thing. I told you exactly what you needed to do. Understand me. I gave you the best of the best. I said it all out here for you. And the only thing that I asked you not to do is not to touch that tree over there. That's what I asked you not to do. The problem is not who is in your ear. Where my mother's at, because I'm going to tell you right now, this me all day long. This is me all day long, baby. Where we at, mothers? Let's be real about it. Because one thing, I'm talking about that tears us up, baby. I'm talking about frustrates us to our core because we already be knowing. So now, after I done already told you, as a mother, what we say is, I don't care what nobody told you. Is that not us? We'll look you in your face. I'm talking about square in the face. Thank you so much, Gigi. I got your ties for June. Understand me? Look here. You'll look you directly in your face, and what we tell them, baby, I don't care what nobody else done told you. I don't care what nobody else done told you. I don't care what nobody else feel about it. I don't care nothing about none of that. Matter of fact, when you really real like that, you don't even let them finish the story. I don't want to hear nobody else's name. Don't bring me nobody else's name. Don't come back over here telling me nothing that nobody else done told you, because the only thing that matters to me is what I said to you. The only thing that really matters in this whole entire thing, and the thing that we should have been taught the whole entire time at children's church, was this right here, that Eve failed us because she was disobedient. Understand me? Because she didn't do what she was told to do. We put all the emphasis on the snake came in and he was so this and he was so that. No, Eve was disobedient. She failed at following directions. And every time that you do not follow directions, every single time that you go do what you want to do, how you want to do it, then you're going to have to suffer the consequences of your actions. That's what you're going to do. Every time that you get out of alignment and you start going your own way, you're going to have to suffer the consequences of your actions every single time. That's what's going to happen to you. So when you know to do the right thing, it's charged to you to do the right thing, because if you don't do the right thing, you're going to suffer the consequences of doing the wrong. That's it. That's all. It doesn't matter about what nobody else said. It doesn't matter what nobody else think. It don't matter how nobody else feel. When you know to do right, you are charged to do right. Period. Okay then, clock that T. I'm a firm believer in it though. Clock that T. You was right there and you was experiencing a good life. You had everything that you needed right there, right? And you decided that you gave somebody your ear. And the moment that you gave somebody your ear, one thing's for sure, two things for certain. This is why you ain't got no business listening to other folk. My grandma Mag would say this to me all the time. And I tell it to the chosen family all the time. The serpent had nothing. Understand me. You guys, y'all got everything. Understand me. Y'all got everything. Everything out here is all of y'all's. And the only thing that you can't touch is that one tree. That's it. That's all. You got everything. This person have absolutely nothing, and the person who don't have nothing will help you lose everything that you got. And this is why you have to be mindful of the people that you listen to. This is why you got to be mindful of the people that you allow up in your ear. This is why you got to be mindful of the people that you share time with, that you share space with. Understand me? This is why you have to be mindful of that, because everybody, thank you, Shay Shay, I appreciate you. That's why, because everybody don't love you like how you think that they love you. Everybody ain't in your corner like how you think that they're in your corner. Everybody ain't there for you like how you think that them folks is there for you. Understand me? Some folk just want a front row seat to your demise. Some people want a front row seat to watch you go down. Some people want a front row seat to that. Thank you, beauty. I appreciate you this morning. Double tap on my screen, and you have to be able to identify what it is that you're dealing with. Understand me? Yeah, you think because they smiling and grinning and all of that all up in your face that they all on board. The snake was belonging inside of the garden as well. Understand me? What you saying? The enemy gonna always show up in places looking like it belong. Understand me? It's not odd to see a snake in a garden. Understand me? That's why they probably wasn't startled when they seen a snake in a garden. A snake belongs inside of a garden. That's why it's called a garden snake. It's gonna always show up looking like it belongs. Thank you, Neat. Gonna always show up skinning and grinning. Gonna always show up looking like your preference. Gonna always show up looking like your desires. Why? Because that's how the enemy grabs your attention. He finds your desires, the thing that you want. When it comes down to women, we love more. We love more. Women, when you're talking to a woman, they love ambition. They love growth. They love development. They love a person with a business mindset of growth, of how to multiply. Women, we are created to multiply, to produce. And when you start talking about producing and growing, thank you, Sheila Davis, for the CA. When you start having that type of talk, then a woman is all the way in. Do you hear me? Though that radar just went off. Wait a minute, because if you give me that, I can multiply that. Can't nobody multiply nothing like a woman. Do you hear me? Hello, somebody. I'm talking about they will whip it up real quick. Like this is what draws. So then it explains to us why the serpent didn't want Adam. He actually wanted Eve, because you are the one that produces. And if I get you, I get everything that comes from you. Good God. Come on. Come on. Ooh. Oh, that's deep. That's deep. Y'all blame Kira, because I wasn't even studying Genesis. She came and booked a session with me for Bible study. We had a 30-minute Bible study. So now I'm back over in Genesis, and I'm telling you, like, yeah, and once I get on something, it's hard for me to get off of it, right? I can't get off. Once I get on something, I can't get off of it until I done got it down to the knitted of the gritty of it, right? So yeah, she first person that I ever in my life have booked a session for Bible study. She needed her own personal Bible study session. So y'all, yes. So yeah, so now I'm over here, I'm all throughout the day, even 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, here I am. I'm over here studying Adam and Eve all over again. So now it makes sense. Because if he gets you, he gets everything that comes from you. Oh, come on. There you go. Exactly. So now it makes sense, right? So when you're over here and we seeing this thing happen, now we see how it all took place. There was always two. That two represents our divine right of choice, right? Our decision making. You're going to always have good and evil, hot and cold. For every action, there's a reaction. And the first sin did not happen, I'm telling y'all, the first sin did not happen with Adam and Eve. Get your ink pens out. Oh, this year, when I started studying, I study. It didn't happen with Adam and Eve. The first sin happened in heaven. Oh my, wait a minute. The first sin happened in heaven. The place that everybody screamed. Oh, it's no sin. No, the first sin happened in heaven with Satan. The first sin happened when Satan decided that he was going to overpower God. That was the first sin. Because if we look and it says sin is what we do against ourselves, then Satan would be the first person to actually sin. Because he behaved in a way of disobedience and tried to overpower God, which then caused him to be casted out of heaven. So the first sin actually happened in heaven and not in the Garden of Eden. So now we understand the gripe. We understand that heaven is a beautiful place and it is so good and it is this and it is that. But we also know that hell still existed. So wherever there's good, there's also evil. Now we understand the struggle of Paul when he says what he said. Now we wrap our mind around the fact that there's no escaping, right? There's no escaping that. We're going to always, now we understand that there's no escaping that. So what we as a people have to do is what? We have to always make sure, that's right. We have to always make sure that we are making the right decisions. We have to make sure that we are operating with that Christ conscious. We have to make sure that we are studying, that we are locked in with God to make sure that we are always on the right path. There's no escaping that the evil is going to be there. This is why the Bible speaks so many times about you're going to experience trials. You're going to experience tribulation. You're going to go through things in your life. Now we understand why there's so many parables that's going back and forth about how people who were good people who were believers, people who were locked in, people who loved God. Now we understand why these people were always going through what they were going through, because God was trying to give us the examples of the things that we were going to be facing in 2025. He was letting us know, I know, even though you're not physically in a fiery furnace, that sometimes you feel like you are in the fire. I know that sometimes, I know that you're not physically inside of a lion's den in 2025, but I know that sometimes you feel like you're surrounded by a gang of lions, a pride of lions. I know that you're not physically out there being stoned, but I know when you go online and you see people persecuting you, and you see people throwing posts, negative posts at you, and you see people judging you, and you see people bashing you, you feel like you're being thrown stones at. I know, understand me, when you feel like, right? When you feel like you've been over here and you've been torn away from your family and all of these things and all, it might not be how they was when they sold Joseph over there to the Ishmaelites. It may not be to that capacity, but you do feel like everybody, your whole family have turned against you, and you have to figure this out and figure that out. He's saying that none of these experiences are brand new. These things have been happening since the beginning of time, and if you open up that book, then you're going to find out how to deal with each one of these situations. You're going to see exactly how I want you to move in each one of these situations. You're going to see that there's greater later in each one of these situations. You're going to see that there's victory attached to each one of these situations. You're going to see that there's breakthrough attached to each and every one of these situations, but you won't know that if you don't open the book. So you're suffering because of your ignorance. This red ink right there, I want to get into my notes. Give me a second. So you're suffering because of your own ignorance. I gave you a blueprint. I put it out there. There's nothing that you're experiencing that's brand new up under the sun. There's no new experiences. Understand me. I've shown you everything. I've created a parable for every single thing. Everything that, all the way down to the disobedience with Jonah. Understand me. All the way down. I've shown you exactly what it is that I'm going to do. And I've showed you, even when when Peter stepped out of the boat onto the water, I showed you exactly what would happen if you had the right type of faith, that your faith, you could stand on the water, but your ability to walk is going to be based on your focus. Understand me. Peter stepped out of the boat, and he was able to step out of the boat because he had the right type of faith. You had faith to step out of the boat, but your focus, understand me, your focus will ruin you. Your focus will send you deep diving into the water. Understand me. You can have faith to stand, but do you have enough faith to walk? Do you have enough focus to be able to stand straight. When you see a toddler and they're standing up for the first time, most of them do what? They hold their hands out. They hold their arms out. Why? Because they're trying to catch their balance and they don't want to do much while they're trying to walk, because they're trying to focus. And if I get to doing too much, then I know that I'm going to fall. And some of them put them right here because they're trying to make sure that they catch their balance. They have enough faith in themselves and their legs to stand, so they can stand there and they'll laugh at you. They'll stand there and they'll clap for a minute. They'll stand there and they'll throw their toy and they'll stand there. But them stepping out is going to require a little bit more faith. Some have faith to stand, but not enough faith to walk. And we need you to fix that. Hey, come on. Yeah, some have faith to stand, but not enough faith to walk, and we need you to fix that. Double tap on my screen. If you know for a fact that that's been you, like, wait a minute, she talking about me right now. I've been so hesitant. I've been so hesitant, and I know that there's a lot of things that I could be doing that I'm not doing. Come on, you checking me this morning. Coach, wait a second. You're running up and down my hallway. Thank you, Candace. You running in. Get out of my hallway right now. You got enough faith to stand. You know, you already wrote out the business plan. You already got it all the way together. You sitting on something that could be helping other people. Kira sent me an ebook she done made. I don't know why she ain't got it out there selling it. I don't know. But after this message, I hope she's preparing the link. Hello, I'm sitting on the ideas. I'm sitting on the business plan. I'm sitting on all these things that could be used to help other people, to build other people, to uplift other people. I got all of these things, all of this stuff that I could be doing that will be creating the overflow, that could be creating the abundance, that can be doing all of these things in my life. But the problem is, it's not that God ain't doing his part. It's that sometimes I'm moving slow on my own behalf. It's me not following through on my own behalf. I'm hesitant. I be procrastinating. I get sidetracked. I let life distract me. Then I get into my doubtfulness and I don't think I'm good enough. I don't think that I'm capable enough. I don't know if I got enough time. I don't know if I can fit it into my schedule. And God is saying, I gave you all of this, and you're doing absolutely nothing with it. You got enough faith to stand, but not enough faith to walk. It's time to start walking. It's time to start stepping out there. It's time to start doing. He said, don't be, come on. What that scripture say? He said, don't just be a hearer of the word. You have to be a doer of it. A lot of you, you show up here to hear the word, but do you do the word afterwards? You show up here and you want to hear the word. You want to be motivated by the word. You want to be inspired by the word. But once the word is gone forth and it lights the fire up under your feet, what do you do after that? Understand me. Do you apply the word to your life? Do you take the notes? Do you incorporate those notes in your day-to-day life? We just want to know, because you are known by the fruit that you bear. Understand me. So have your mindset changed? Are you growing? Are you evolving? Are you healing? Are you showing up different? Understand me. Come on, let's be real about it. We have way too much information right now. We've been unpacking stuff since 2020 for sure. 2017, we was out here cutting up. I'm gonna drink the water. Because if you've been here with me since 2017, from 2017 to 2020, baby, jeez. I won't deny it. We some rough riders. Baby, don't judge us. Don't judge us, baby. But if you've been here with me and you've been here since 2017 up to like 2020, we won't deny it. We some rough riders. Baby, we were riding rough over here, baby. Oh, God. R-U-F-F. If you, what? I'm talking about cussing like a sailor. We were cutting folk off, getting folk together. Oh, baby, we showed out bad. If you just got here, you had to know us then to know how we carried on. Baby, this was a transition that happened in front of the whole entire virtual world. I had absolutely no idea that I would be doing what it is that I'm doing right now. If you were with me all the way back then, Yeah. Some people try to figure out, y'all still be going to her videos, y'all still be supporting her. Listen, when you witness that type of transformation, it's hard to turn that loose. It's like wait a minute, where I'm gonna go? When I done seen it with my own eyes, when I've experienced it with my own eyes, ain't no way in the world how I'm gonna walk away from that. How can wait a minute, that don't even sound right. See, it's a difference when you walk into a situation with somebody that already got it together, and that's what they already doing, and you walk into that, you know what I'm saying, with that person, then it's like, oh yeah, they was already doing that. But when you done watch the person come from the ground up, when you done watch the struggle, when you done been there in the car, over there at the job in the uniform, trying to give a message, and when you done been in there and you got to turn the AC on to cool off the phone because the phone ain't got too hot, and y'all know Apple products, when you didn't have to turn it on, then off, and then you have to fight through the wind of the AC to be able to hear the message. Then we done tow up half of the stuff in Sasha because we get so excited, get to slapping on stuff inside the car. Hello, if you ain't been there for that part, y'all won't understand. But to be here and witness such a transformation, to see what God really can and will do in an individual's life, it makes it hard to live with a life of doubt. It makes it hard to say that God won't change, that he won't move, that he won't transform. It's undeniable because we watched it, we experienced it right there firsthand together. That's how we know that this word is transformative. That's how we know that the word is transformative. Thank you, Diamond. That's how we know. Like, wait a minute, I can't believe that. I can't believe that, right? So when people say, I can't believe that, why? Because I watched that word transform somebody right there in front of my face. I watched somebody go from somebody that was doing this, and this. Everything is all documented. It's all right there. It's all right there. Y'all know the internet. It's all right there. You can scroll down the page and go all the way back there, and you can see all of this other stuff. I watched this transformation happen in front of my face. I experienced this thing right there. So you're not going to tell me that God ain't good. You can't tell me that he won't transform. You can't tell me that he won't move. You can't tell. It becomes a thing where you can't tell me that because I saw it. I experienced it. I was there. I witnessed it myself. That's why I don't play with folk who say, oh yeah, I got all this word in me and you still live the same. That's a problem for me. And I'm not judging you. I just stay away from you. Yeah, I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to bash you. I'm not going to go outside my way to ridicule you and expose you and stuff like that. But when you can tell me all those scriptures and then I see your life ain't matching those scriptures, I just get on up out your way. Understand me? I just get up out your way. I put a safe distance in between me and you because there's no way I can have that much scripture in me. Understand me? Have that much information in me and then still behave the way that I behaved before. That thing changes you. It changes you. It grows you in a way. It grows you in a way that will blow your mind. Understand me? That's how powerful that it really is. And that word will put you in a place in your life that you never ever even thought that you would be in. It will have you behaving and speaking and carrying on a way that you never even saw for yourself. That's how powerful that word really is. Number one, the awakening. What happens in your spiritual transformation, right? Spiritual transformation. This is what I went through. Spiritual transformation. Double tap on my screen. Let me get some love. All three platforms. Let me get some love. We have 105.7K. All right. Double tap on that screen. Let's get show some love over there on IG and Facebook. Double tap on that screen. Let's go. Now, spiritual transformation, right? We talked about exposure. We talked about isolation. And today we're going to talk about the awakening. What happens when you start to work on yourself and your development? What happens in this stage of an awakening, coach? Why do they call it that? The journey of a spiritual transformation often begins with an awakening. It's an awakening. And this is a stage where you might feel compelling need for change. The awakening is when you wake up and then all of a sudden you start to see your life and see yourself in a way that needs to change, right? It's like I need to be doing something different. I need to be I should be so much farther ahead of where I'm at right now. Why in the world am I still thinking like this, doing this? And this is not, it becomes a feeling of, I gotta be better than this. And it's not that you look at yourself and feel like you less than. It's not that feeling at all. It's not that you look at yourself in a feeling of worthlessness. That's not it at all. It's that you look at yourself and see the good that's in you that you could be doing, and you become a person that actually wants to work towards that good. That's what the awakening is. It's not a moment that looks at yourself and you feel defeated, or you feel like you're not good enough and you're not capable enough. The awakening happens when you look at yourself and you see the power that's really within. If you utilize that power, the strength that's actually within, if you actually utilize that strength, and that thing, it starts to bother you that you're not using it. It starts to bother you that you're not activating that thing that's laying dormant in the inside of you, right? So it's a compelling need for change. What is the awakening? A compelling need for change. I want you guys to put that in your notes. That's why I'm pausing like that. A compelling need for change, realizing there's more to life than materialistic success or daily routine. You need more. You want more. A compelling need for change. There you go, Blossom. Come on, there we go. Miss Pretty Smiles, y'all double tap on the screen over there on IG. IG, y'all not stuck, are y'all? Let me know. Crystal Love, can you go to IG? Just write a comment. I want to make sure that they not froze up over there. I don't see no action over there. Oh, okay, I see something now. I got something going on now. All right, I just want to make sure y'all was running over there. Got me sweating over here. A compelling need for change. Realizing there's more to life than materialistic success and routines. The awakening, it's like, wait a minute, I need more, I want more. And I see that I'm capable of having more and doing more. And it makes you, when it says, realizing there's more to life than materialistic success and daily routines, then it makes you challenge your daily routines. It makes you want more out of your daily routines. It makes you look at those routines and say, hey, look, is this really all that I can do? You know what I'm saying? Walking 30 minutes. Can I actually walk an hour? Oh, only reading two chapters a day. Can I actually read more than that? Can I actually set aside a prayer, create a prayer life? Can I add something to this to make this thing a little bit more powerful, a little bit more challenging, right? These are the things that's happening within you during the stages of awakening. Your awakening stage is not about, I want to reiterate, it's not about you awakening and feeling defeated or feeling like you're less than or not good enough. The awakening happened in that transformational stage is when you look at yourself and see all the good things in your life that you have not yet activated in your life, and it challenges you, it nudges you gently, encourage or influence you to go over there and start activating those things, to start utilizing those things, to start breaking out of the normal routines and start doing things that are challenging to you so that you can promote growth and development within yourself. That's the awakening. That's the awakening. It's like an y'all ready for this next one? It's like an internal alarm goes off, signaling that it's time to look beyond the surface. It's letting you know that, hey, look, wait a minute. When that awakening happens, it lets you know right then and there, baby, this ain't about looking good. Hey, come on, come here. Don't try to scroll now. Come on back over here. When that awakening happens inside of your life, double tap on my screen, hit that share button. When that awakening happens in your life, that awakening happens and it says to you, this ain't about looking good. This is about actually being good. This is not about the outer appearance. This is not about the name brands. This is not about the fancy this and fancy that. No, 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 no. When that awakening happens in your life, this is not about your outer appearance. This thing is about, am I good on the inside? Understand me. When you experience an awakening, it's not about looking good. It's actually about being good. It's like an internal alarm that goes off, signaling that it's time to look beyond the surface. Well, that reminds us of what? So that reminds us of what? She says, come on, coach, I love y'all. That takes us back to what? Christ conscious. That takes us, you see how all of this ties in? That takes us back to Christ conscious, coach. Thank you, Anissa. Well, what do you mean? Jesus was known for his profound insight, his deep thinking. When you start to experience that awakening in your life, you're looking for the deeper, the inside, the inner. You're no longer concerned with what it looks like. You're concerned with what it really and truly is. You're no longer impressed by the outer appearance of things, the outer appearance of people. You want to know what that heart posture is set up like. That's what we mean. You start to crave a deeper, more profound insight to things. People can talk about what the result was all day long, but when you're a person that is entering into that awakening, you're not concerned with the result the way that you're concerned with the root of it. You want to know, why did it happen that way? What caused it to happen that way? What's the thing that's down in the ground that need to be uprooted so it don't happen again? That's what that awakening do. Hold on. That's, yeah. That's when you experience that awakening. You don't care nothing about, you be looking at it, you be like, oh, okay, yeah, I get what y'all saying. And I understand that that's what they done. I understand that that's how they moved. I understand that that's what they said. I get that they was wrong in this, and this. But what I'm concerned about is, why did they feel like they had to do that to begin with? What caused them to think that way? What caused them to feel that way? Because we have to get to the root cause so that we can make sure that we get that corrected, so that that problem there won't become a problem with everybody else. That particular thing that happened right there won't become a thing that's happening everywhere. When you are experiencing an awakening, you want the cause of it. You want the root of it. You want to get to the bottom of things so that you can properly, you know what I'm saying, uproot it, so that you ain't got to deal with that right there again. Because that awakening it brings that awareness. Root of the issue. It says, it's like an internal alarm. One second. It's like an internal alarm that goes off, signaling that it's time to look beyond the surface. This awakening comes as a result of life challenges, crisis, or simple yet profound moment of clarity. What are some reasons that we actually go through an awakening? Sometimes it's a life challenge. Sometimes it's a life challenge. Something been happen in our life and we like, man, you know what? It's time to change. It's time to grow up. It's time to, you know what I'm saying? It's time to get this together. Like, I'm tired of going through this. Let me go ahead and fix this right here. Sometimes it's just something like that. Then other times it's a crisis. It's a loss of someone that you loved, that you cared deeply about. And it's like, you know what? Because of this big loss and the impact of the hurt and everything that came along with that, and you know what I'm saying? This right here, oh man, I I don't want to bring that type of pain on nobody. I don't want nobody to have to experience that level of hurt. I don't want to have to go back through that again. And that crisis that you experienced, it drove you into that awakening because you didn't want to have to feel that pain or cause that pain on another person. So then you actually start to work on yourself and your development, and you start to do things differently. So that is an example. Or a simple or profound moment of clarity. It could simply be you woke up one day, you did not have a crisis, wasn't nothing challenging in your life. You just simply woke up one day, and then you were just looking over your life like you didn't woke up, right? And the moment that you woke up, you did what? You done woke up, and when you woke up, you sitting in your bed, and you just slid all the way up till your back is up against the headboard of your bed, and you just looking at your life, and you saying, you know what, I could have been doing this by now. I should have been doing that by now. You could have stumbled up on your old journal, pulled clean it out your closet, and you done ran up on your old vision board, and you looking at your vision board that you had made last year, and you noticing this a whole nother year, and you ain't got none of the stuff completed on that vision board that you had from last year. You looking in your journal and you see the goals that you put up 7 months ago, and you supposed to be accomplishing one of those goals a year. Every month you were supposed to have been accomplishing one of those goals, and you looking back in that journal, and the goal that you had for January ain't been accomplished. February ain't been accomplished. March ain't been accomplished. April ain't been accomplished. May ain't been accomplished. And now you over here in June, and you like, oh my God, I am embarrassed, right? I'm embarrassed. Ain't nobody else there. Ain't nobody there but me, but I'm embarrassed for me. Understand me, because I'm looking at my life and I can see where I've actually been way too relaxed in my own life. Awakening. Ain't nobody there but me. I see how I'm playing with myself. Awakening. I see ain't nobody speaking negatively about me. I'm looking at my own life and I'm seeing that I'm my biggest enemy. Awakening. I'm seeing that nobody is stopping me from being able to grow, to heal, to develop. It's all me. Understand me, because at any given moment, I could have picked myself up by now. Understand me. These goals that I got, that I put on here from January all the way through May, these goals were goals that were very easy. These are things that if I really would have took the time to actually work, I could have done these things right here. It was me. It was my own procrastination. It was me. It was my own laziness. It was me. Kept putting it off, talking about I'm going to do it next week, and that next week then became next month, and then before you know it, here we are 6 months into this year, and that thing that I said that I was going to be doing, I still haven't done. And it wasn't nobody else, because nobody else knew what my goal was. I put it inside my journal. Nobody's holding me back like how I'm holding me back. And when you start checking on yourself, evaluating yourself, one of the things that I told the Chosen family 2 years ago, I said, you don't realize how out of focus you are until you start focusing. What did you say, Coach? You don't realize how out of focus you really are until you start focusing, until you actually start focusing on yourself, until you really start paying attention to yourself, becoming attentive to yourself, until you start evaluating yourself. You don't realize how out of focus you are, because the enemy is crafty at what he does. Understand me, he's crafty at what he does. He's very skillful at what he does. So it's not going to come into your life and give you a big drastic change right there like that. Nah, it'd be one small thing that happened here, then another small thing that happened there, then another small thing that happened there, right? And then now all of a sudden you're running to go do these small things, understand me, all over the place, so much so that you forgot about all the things that you're supposed to be doing here, because you figured you doing that small thing wasn't going to take that much time. You figured doing that small thing wasn't going to take that much time. Doing that small thing wasn't going to take that much time. But when you put all of those small things together, that's a whole lot of time. That's how the enemy do it. What do you say, Coach? That's how the enemy do it. Yeah, come on, y'all know me. I can't take this down because I ain't taught this yet, but I got it. I keep trying to teach it, but I can't teach it because we always be off on something else. He takes this small thing, this small thing, this small thing, this small thing. So you have all of these small things, and you look at them and you say, these small things are not going to take that much time. So you come, one by one, it might not take that much time. But when you put all of these small things together, they become a big thing. And now all of your time, your energy, and everything have been into this big thing, right? It was small things that was combined together. And when you start putting them all together, those small things become a very big thing. And before you know it, you are distracted. Before you know it, you are distracted. You are pulled out of alignment. You are all the way off course because you've been running around doing small things that you viewed as small things, but did not realize that it was really just a trick of the enemy to present it to you as a small thing that you could just go run and do. And it wasn't going to take you too much time until you got there and did that one. And then over here, it was another one. And then over here, it was another one. And something that should have been only 5 minutes have now caused a whole entire hour. So now when it's time for you to do what you need to do with you, you don't have that type of time because you done did a whole hour of doing small things. Come on. Francis, wow. Think about it. This is why the old people say what? Be careful of the small things. Be careful of be careful of the small things. Be careful of those small things because those small things become big things if you're not careful. That's red ink right there. Be careful of the small things because those small things become big things if you are not careful. If you are not careful, those small things will become big things in your life. This is why you have to be attentive. This is why you have to be alert. This is why you have to be locked in. Thank you so much, Sweet Baby Trees. Thank you, Angela. I appreciate you guys so much. Double tap on the screen. Double tap on the screen. Come on. Hey, good morning to you. Is it Erica Bradley? Good morning. How you doing? Danielle, what's up with you? You still hanging in over there? Y'all getting these notes? Yeah, be careful of the small things because small things become big things if you are not careful. If you are not careful, right? So we're talking about the awakening, right? Okay, so up under that, right? So you have the awakening that should be the border of Supreme Woman. Good morning to you. So the border of your chapter right now, you should have the awakening, and up under that, you guys, I know y'all got y'all notes for the awakening. Okay, I just ran through that. So up under that, I want you to put A, right? First thing that I want you to put down for the awakening. Give me 1 second. My note. I'm working on an iPad over here. All right. It says, what are some things that I experienced during my awakening? Like I said, it'll give you that feeling of empowerment, that feeling of, I got a lot of awareness. You'll start to see the things inside of you that, you could be working on. You'll notice how you've been in your own way. You understand the awakening is not going to give you a feeling of defeat, though. Even though you see all of these things that you could be doing in your life that you're not doing, you're not going to look at yourself and be like, oh my God, I'm so this and I'm so that. You're not going to look at yourself and speak negatively about it. You're actually going to look at yourself and see all of these things and say, you know what? I got to stop playing with myself. I have to pick myself up. I have to really get active in my life. I got all of these good skills, all this education. I have all of these things that I could be doing. I'm about to get up and I'm about to actually get started with these things, right? This is what it's about, right? And then number one, up under that, I want you to put A. A is you may feel disconnected or detached. What's another thing that I experienced during my awakening, Coach? You may feel a feeling of disconnection or detachment. You may feel a feeling of disconnect or detachment. Double tap on the screen. I'm gonna drink my water real quick. Double tap on that screen, friends. Yes. That's gonna be A. That's A, that's A, that's A. I can't wait till I can get to that point where I can have it where the notes pop up and you guys actually can see the notes. You know what I'm saying? I could just hit a button and it's a screen and you guys can actually see those notes and be writing them down. That's gonna be a beautiful, man, we working on that. We gonna get there. I promise y'all we gonna get there. Right now, I be doing it the hood way. I got three phones running and an iPad right here. You know what I'm saying? And the stand-up desk, one of the sponsorships that sent me from Harmony. Harmony sent me a stand-up desk and I've been using this Harmony stand-up desk to do these live videos since they sent it to me. Big shout out to them. Harmony, HARMONI. Harmony, they create the wooden stand-up desks for people who do what I do online. So big ups to Harmony, man. I love my desk. I've been using it ever since I got it. So yes, that's what hey, listen, I'm telling you, I'm working on the sponsorships things, okay, y'all? I get up here and do what I want to do on a regular basis. You know what I'm saying? I get up here and my focus be to get a word. I don't even be telling y'all about the sponsorships and the people that be sending me stuff. So yeah, I'm working on it though, y'all. I come here to do ministry. I don't be coming up here for these things. And I don't know. Yes, it's Harmony, y'all. They looked out for you, girl. They got us the desk so we can do the live videos and all of that. And it's like, well, Coach, well, you gotta shout the people out. Now these people that gave you something, I ain't even think I had it rigged up for so long. You know what I'm saying? I had it rigged up for so long. I ain't think about it. People send you an email saying you're gonna talk about the desk. I got the desk, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, Harmony, but we got the desk. We got the desk. I use it every day. Every day I use the desk, right? Then put it together and all of that. It's a wood, you know what I'm saying? A wooden stand-up desk. Got that going on. So I be over here just be trying to work it out. But no, number one, listen, I don't know. Boy, I tell you what, you start to feel disconnected or detached. Right? It says, at first, the spiritual awakening process can make you feel overwhelming and confusing. It can feel like you thought to be true about your life was a lie. And as such, right, you start to think what you thought was true is not true at all, right? It says it makes you feel everything that you thought to be true about your life was a lie. As such, Kaiser explains, you may feel disconnected and detached from things and people you used to enjoy. Right? So that's what I was telling you guys about before. When it's like in a part of your life, when you start, it'll be the more that you grow, the more that you evolve in life. One of the things that happen during your awakening is you will lose taste, right? All of a sudden, when you used to be so in love and so tied and so locked in with all these different people and have all these different people around you, all of a sudden, you'll lose taste for those type of environments. All of a sudden, you'll just start stepping back from people, right? Because of that, you'll start to feel disconnected or detached. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you'll start to see things a little more clearer, and you'll start seeing that what you want out of life and how y'all are going in life and the things that y'all are doing in life, they really not in alignment with who I am and what it is that I want out of my life. And it's not even that you don't love them. It's not even that you don't want them or anything like that. It's just that your focus is somewhere different now. You know what I'm saying? Your interest is somewhere different now. And that interest is not in other people. That's where a lot of people make the mistake. It's not even that I'm interested in anybody else. This does not even have anything to do with anybody else. My focus is really on my growth and my development. My focus is really on my emotional health, my mental health, you know what I'm saying, my spiritual health. My focus is really on me and me becoming a better version of me. But when people are not used to people working on themselves and their development, when people are not used to people, right, being concerned about their mental health, their spiritual health, their emotional health, they automatically assume that you are talking to somebody else. You're dealing with somebody else. Somebody else got your attention. Oh, you must be cheating. You must be doing this, or you must got some new friends, or you must got some new people in your life that all of a sudden you want to turn your back on the older folks. And it's not even that you're turning your back on your friends or your family or the person that you're in relationship with. The problem is that the problem is not even a problem. The thing that's happening in your life is that you're going through an awakening where your everything is you. I got to pay me some attention right now. I got to pay me some attention right now. I got to take care of me right now. I got to focus on me right now. I got to, as much as you want me to love you, as much as you want me to be there for you, as much as you want me to move how you want me to move and be how you want me to be, the thing that I'm going through right now is that everything that I got, I actually need for me right now. And I need people that's around me that's going to understand that this is not about you right now, and understand that that's coming from a beautiful place, not a bad place at all. I need people that's going to be around me, that's going to support me and tell me, do what you need to do for you. Call me when you can. We'll link up later on, or I'll come and pray with you, or I'll get on the fast with you, or I'll sit down and study with you. Understand me. I want people that's going to be encouraging me to become a better me, pouring into me so that I can become a better me. I don't need nobody around me that's judging me, that's bashing me, that's taking everything that I'm doing, that's helping build me and finding some type of issue in that. I don't need that type of energy. I don't want that type of mess around me. Understand me? So when you behave that way and you come at me that way, then guess what we're going to do? I'm going to snip. I'm going to go on and cut you off, because when you behaving that way towards me, now I don't see you with the eyes of love. I see you as a hater. I see you as the op. I see you as difficult. I see you as the stumbling block in my way. Because how can me growing and evolving and becoming a better me, how is that upsetting you the way that it is? How is it pushing you to say the things that it is that you're saying? Now I got to question you. And I don't want nothing around me that I got to question. This is what awareness do. That feeling of disconnect and detachment can also fall up under the feeling of isolation, because you crave more of that time by yourself, right? It also falls up under isolation because you start to crave more time to be by yourself. And the reason why you want more time to be by yourself is because you're going through a period of your life where you're really trying to see who you are, and you want to see who you are without being attached to anybody. Right? So it can also fall up under there as well for all my note takers. Yes, it can also fall up under that isolation as well. Right? So that's also a part of our spiritual transformation. We're talking about the awakening right now. So we done already exposure, we done isolation, and now we in the awakening. Right? All right. B. I'm ready to go to B. If you're ready to go to B, double tap on my screen. Double tap on my screen. We got 939. Let's get up to 1,200 on Facebook real quick. We got 939. Let's get up to 1,200 on Facebook real quick. Double tap on my screen. Can we get 5 badges on IG real quick? Double tap on that screen. We at 162K over there on TikTok. TikTok, get us up to 200K. Get us up to 200K. She said, I am screaming, man. God is good. God is so good. Double tap on that screen. Let's get to it. We're going to double tap. What's going on with you? I see you over there. Mr. Bill, how you doing this morning? I see you over there getting it done. We halfway. We're in the second quarter, last month of the second quarter of this year. We gotta make sure we ready. We gotta make sure we TTG, train to go. Let's get to it. Appreciate you, Inspiring Queen. Thank you so much for that badge. Let me get 4 more over there on IG, y'all. Double tapping on that screen, on that screen for me. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. They 168. Okay, they gonna reach their 200K. Bless Queen. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank y'all, man. Let's get to it. So we on B. B is you rejuvenate your beliefs. You rejuvenate your belief. What does that mean, Coach? Connecting deeply with new religion or beliefs, or quitting your job to pursue your real passion. Your priorities are likely different now. All of a sudden, you'll start, I'm talking about rejuvenate, you'll reevaluate, don't mind me, you'll reevaluate your beliefs. A part of your awakening will have you questioning everything that you believe, everything that you believed to be true, because I put that word right there together. I did that, definitely. Right? Reevaluate your beliefs. Connecting deeply with a new religion or belief. Sometimes it'll have you over there quitting your job to pursue your real passion. Because when you go into this awakening, most likely your priorities are different now. B, you have to understand that once you go into that awakening stage of your life, you start to look at everything that you believed before and you start to challenge those beliefs. And the reason why you're challenging those beliefs is because now it's not just what someone is saying to you. You're actually going back and you're studying it yourself. And all it takes is for one time for you to go back and study something and see that it's not what you thought that it was. And that makes you question everything else. So now because of that, you start studying everything. You start taking all of the notes. You start deep diving into everything, because in that moment you start to realize that yes, your truth is your truth, but just because that's your truth does not make it my truth, because everything that each person do, understand, it is going to be filtered through their own experiences. So just because that's for you does not mean that that's for me. So I have to go and study it, and I got to process it through my own experience so that I can see what actually works for me. I have to go and see what actually works for me. So just because I've always been in this particular religion with my grandparents and parents, and this is how we've always lived, and this is what we always believe, when you enter that spiritual awakening, sometimes you find out that what happened for great granny and grandma and the whole family, what everybody else have practiced, you start to realize that that's not for you. I ain't judging y'all if that's what y'all want for y'all, but that just don't work for me, grandma. The church is a beautiful church, and I grew up here, and I appreciate everything that they've done for me my whole entire life, but I'm at a stage now where my journey requires more than that. This is what the awakening will do. You will be in something and have been in it your whole entire life. But because of the awareness and everything that's happening, the way that you're processing things, you start to look at it. And when you're looking at it, you're no longer concerned about what's going to make everybody else happy, what's going to be fulfilling for everybody else, what's going to benefit everybody else. You start to prioritize yourself and your own happiness. You start to prioritize your own joy, your own peace, your own wholeness, and that thing becomes a priority over everybody else. So now you don't move in a way that is people pleasing or to satisfy other people. You move in a way that is satisfying to you, that's giving to you, that's making things be what you need them to be in order for you to be your full best self. So that's why it says we reevaluate our beliefs. We reevaluate our beliefs because we start dissecting to see, is this really for me, or is this what I was trained to do? Is this really what I want to do with my life, or is this just what I'm doing because this is what I was introduced to as a child? And this is what I've always been into, right? We start looking at the job that we have. Like we said, we got, so your beliefs, your job, we'll start looking at the job that we have. And we'll start saying stuff to ourselves like, man, is this really what I want to do for the rest of my life? Is this really what I'm supposed to be doing? Is this all that I'm supposed to have, or all that I'm supposed to be right here? And from those situations, what do? Once we start evaluating it, once we start looking at it and we start to see the effect that it has on our life, then in that moment, then we start making a decision and say, yeah, y'all gonna get this 2 weeks notice. This right here, this is really not fulfilling for me. This right here is not really, I got so much, I'm not, this ain't it right here. This was good for me when I was in survival mode. This was good for me when I was just trying to pay the bills. This was good for me when I was just, doing this. But now that I see myself in my life, I see that I have so much more in me. I'm capable of more. Understand me. God has something brewing in the inside of me, and I have to work on that thing that's in the inside of me. I know that you want me, if we was to think about David, I know for David, right? I know David's dad was like, wait a minute. minute. You can't take my shepherd boy. Understand me. I didn't bring him in here, not because I was just overlooking him, but I didn't bring him in here because he was the only one out there that was working. Everybody else is in here and they trying to be king. But when David is out there herding the sheep, he's doing such a wonderful job at herding the sheep. He's making sure that my sheep stay all together. He out there keeping the wolves away from my sheep. The rest of my boys ain't fighting off no wolves. They ain't out there. They ain't able to do what David able to do. David is anointed, and I'm not going to bring him up in here, because if I bring him up in here and he become the king, he might not want to herd my sheep no more. He might not want to go back out there to the pastor no more. Sometimes folks won't bring you in because they're trying to leave you out or trying to count you out. They will try to hide you and keep you up under their wing because what you're doing is benefiting them. They don't want, oh, come on, you're doing too much. I'm just saying, sometimes people will hold on to you not because they don't see the greatness that's in you, not because they don't see what you're capable of, not because they don't see that you're anointed or that you got all these abilities. Sometimes people will hold on or try to hide you because of what you bring to their life or because of the benefit that they have from having you in their life. They won't move you from that position that you in because you're so good at that position that you in that you're producing a great amount from them. Understand me, everybody, they ain't always just looking over you now. Come on. Okay, well, I don't want you to be real about it. Just to be fair. Just to be fair, just to be clear. Yeah, just to be fair, just to be clear. Yeah, I read the story and be coming from all kind of angles of the story. But you got to think about it, honey. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, some folk, wait a minute now. Some folk don't be, they ain't always that they don't see it. They see it. They recognize it. That's how some folk don't want you, but won't act right either. Understand me? They won't, they won't let you go be with nobody else either because they know exactly what you're capable of. They know the blessing that you are. They know what it is that you will bring to anybody's life. They know that because they've experienced it firsthand. So even though they do all of that they be doing and move how they be moving, when it come down to you leaving, they don't want that to happen. Oh my God, how dare you think that you're going to go leave me? Understand me? They can be out there frolicking, living however they want to live, happy, joy, but they don't want that for you. They can't stand to see that for you. They don't want that to happen in your life. No ma'am, no sir. You think that I want to watch somebody be loved by you? You think I want to watch somebody get wait a minute. Yeah. It's a thing. It's a thing. Hold on. Let me get back. I'm on note number 2. What did it just do? Okay. So reevaluate your beliefs. Reevaluate your job. The awakening will have you out here following your real passion. The awakening will have you evaluating your priorities. It'll shift all of your priorities. The third thing is you'll start to experience dreams. Those dreams will become more vivid. You will start, number 3, talking about the stages of the awakening. You will start to experience these dreams. And those dreams will become very vivid. Not only in your waking life more vivid as a result of a spiritual awakening, but your dream life may become more vivid. And then we got a reference of Kaiser's, and it says, and how they connect to your journey may become more apparent as well. You will start to dream, and when you dream, these things will become life. And you will see them manifest right there in real time. Your dreams will become reality, which is what I spoke on yesterday. A part of your awakening, this is C. C is you'll start dreaming, and those dreams will become more vivid. They'll become more clear. And what happens with these dreams is, remember yesterday when I was telling you about these dreams, I said it will be something that happens in your life. And when it happens in your dream, right, you will go through all of the emotions right there in your dream. You'll You'll be crying in your dreams. You'll be hurt in your dreams, and you will wake up. And when you wake up, you're in a certain type of mood because of that dream, right? Because of that dream, you'll wake up and you're like, oh my God, I just can't shake this feeling, right? I can't fake it because it felt so real. And sometimes it can be so real in the spiritual realm. Not only do you go through the emotions, right? The emotions of it, you can actually sense it as well. You can smell the room. You can smell what's happening. And what happens is, it may not be that day. It might not be that month. Understand me? But eventually, that very thing that you dreamed, it will actually happen. And when that thing happened, you don't have the response to it that you would normally have to it because you dreamed it already. You don't fall all out. You don't have that breakdown. You don't go through the absolute most. Don't none of that happen because you've already felt everything that you was going to feel in that dream. So when it actually happened, you look and say, oh, I already knew that was going to happen. Anybody ever had a dream and then it actually happened in their life and they didn't have no type of response to it? You ain't have no type of emotional response to it. It's like, I already knew that was going to happen. I already seen that happening before it even happened. I ain't even shocked. I'm not even surprised. I was just waiting on it to unfold. Understand me? You don't give nothing to it. You get up, you go right on about your business. You carry on right on with your day. You keep moving like ain't nothing happened. Why? Because you already saw that. You already saw that. You already sensed that. You already felt that. Because sometimes it don't even be in your dream, right? It don't even be in your dream. It be in your daydream, right? You don't even be laying in the bed. You just be sensing it. You just be seeing it right there. You're like, I already felt the energy. I already felt like something was off. I already felt like something was going to happen. I already felt like this was going to be this. And then as soon as it actually happens, you're not even shocked by it. You're not even surprised by it. You're not even thrown off by it. You go right on about your business. Why? Because I already knew it was going to happen, and I've already felt everything that I was going to feel towards it, and I'm not surprised. I'm not shocked. I'm not thrown off. I'm not distracted by it. Understand me? And then people get mad at you, right? You have some folks in your life, this is how the enemy works, that they be so mad at you for not responding the way that they wanted you to respond. Understand me? They was expecting for you to fall all out. They was expecting for you to have a conniption. They was expecting for you to blow a gasket. They was expecting for you to throw your whole mission away. They was expecting for you to come all the way off course. And because of your connection with the Most High and Him making you knowledgeable about what was going to happen in your life, Him showing it to you before it actually happened, you don't have that response. They look at you and then they try to manipulate you like you're wrong for not crying. What? Oh, you must wanted this to happen. Oh, you must have felt this way. Oh, you spoke this over our relationship. Oh, this is just how you is. Oh, yeah. They try to manipulate you into thinking that you're wrong for not passing all out. For that you're wrong for not going over there and chasing after them and begging them. And, oh, this must have been what you wanted all along. This must be how you felt all along. And I can't, oh, yeah, come on now. Let's just be real about it. They try to manipulate you because you're not crying and running after them. Like you're not begging them because you're not giving them the response or the reaction from you that they was expecting for you to have. And the truth of the matter is, I knew who you were already. God had already exposed it to me. I knew what was going to happen already. God had already exposed it to me. He had already set it up for me. So guess what? Now what you thought was going to happen is not going to happen. I'm still going to have joy. I'm still going to have peace. I'm still going to succeed. And you're going to have to be upset with my happiness. You're going to have to be upset with my success. You're going to be one of my enemies that I'm going to be eating in front of. And now you're mad at me when you could have been eating with me. You could have been winning with me, but you decided to behave the way that you did, and now it's snip, snip. Folk will be mad at you for what they did to you. Double tap on my screen. Can we get up to 1,000 on Facebook? Facebook, y'all at 939. Can we get 1,000? Can we get 1,000? Double tap on that screen. Can we get some love on all platforms? Okay, y'all at 205K, 205K over there. We need 4 more badges on IG, and we done reached our goal. Y'all double tap on the screen. Can we talk about it? Yeah, I've had somebody mad. You mad at me for what you did to me. You mad at me because of how you hurt me. Friends say, oh, wait. Ain't that something? You mad at me for the pain that you brought to me. And because I won't let you manipulate me. Because I won't let you upset me. Thank you, Crystal Love. I appreciate you, sweetheart. Because I won't let you upset me. Because I won't let you frustrate me. Because I won't let you get up under my skin. Because I won't let you destroy my peace. I won't let you destroy my joy. Because I'm still up and I'm at it. Baby, understand me. You can either win with me or you can watch me win. But the win is definitely going to happen. Understand me. That's how I live life. Thank you, Rashida. I appreciate you. I want you to know that you had the opportunity to win with me. Understand, win with me or watch me win. But the win is most definitely going to happen. Thank you, Franco 560. I appreciate you. Understand, I'm not letting nothing separate me. I'm not letting nothing distract me. I'm not letting nothing pull me off course. I'm not letting nothing frustrate me. I'm not going to let anything pull me out of alignment, especially when you're going through the awakening stage of your life. Yes, you have to be so locked in that you're committed to this, even if other folk don't understand it. Thank you, Terry West, for the CA. I appreciate you. You have to be so locked in that you're committed to it, even when other folk don't understand it, even when other folk not on board with it, even when other folk don't support it. You have to still be willing to go. How do old folks say? I'll go if I have to go, if I have to go by myself. Oh, baby, I'm going to do this even if I got to do it by myself. Understand me. Even if I got to do it by myself, I'm willing to do it by myself. That's how committed that you have to be on this journey. D. I want to go to D, and we're going to pause on D. We're going to pause on D, and we'll get into 5 on tomorrow. We're on D real quick. Understand D. It says, you'll start experiencing deja vu. Talking about the awakening. You'll start experiencing deja vu. If you're frequently experiencing mind-blowing deja vu, it's like thinking about someone and randomly running into them the next day, or seeing numbers all the time. That's a sign that you're on a spiritual path. Right? That's a sign that you're on that spiritual path. That is happening right then and there is when you start to experience deja vu. And when I say that, I want you to understand what I'm saying. Like you ain't never paid no attention to the numbers before. Right? Never paid no attention to the numbers before. And then all of a sudden, just randomly, you start noticing that you keep picking up on these same numbers. Then randomly, you start to notice that, you know what I'm saying, things, people that you was just talking about, all of a sudden that person calling your phone, all of a sudden that person is calling you the next day, walking up the next day, sending you a text message. You're like, man, this deja vu. I just talked about you the other day. You had just crossed my mind. And sometimes it's something that you ain't even shared with nobody else, right? Never shared with nobody else, never talked to about nobody else. They was just in your mind, and then all of a sudden, hear that person come or hear that thing come, and it just starts to happen. A part of that spiritual awakening, when it's letting you know, is that deja vu. You start to see things, and the reason why you're seeing these things and you're seeing them more frequently is these things has always been happening. Watch, I blow your mind with this. The thing about it is these things have always been happening. These things have been happening, but guess what? We were so distracted with it, we never noticed it. These things have always been present, always been active in our life. We've always had these skills, always had these abilities, but we've been so caught up in life and so distracted with life that we never paid these things any attention. These people's behavior have always been what their behavior was, but we were so distracted with life that we wasn't paying it any attention. People have always talked away, have always shown up away. There's nothing different in who and what they are. We just was never paying it attention because we were so distracted by life. But once we experience and what they are, we just was never paying it attention because we were so distracted by life. But once we experience that being attentive, paying attention to everything that's going on, now we see everything. Now we see everything. And when we see it, we like, wait a minute. What's going on here? We see it and we like, wait a minute, What's happening in this moment? It's like, wait a minute, you ain't this and you ain't that. You start to see things about that individual, pick up things about that individual, and they look at you and they're like, I've always been like this and you ain't that. You start to see things about that individual, pick up things about that individual, and they look at you and they're like, I've always been like this. Awareness is different. Because your awareness is different now. So what you didn't see as a problem back then, it's a problem for you now. Y'all let me know. I seen it flashing in and out. Y'all let me know. Let me know if it's better for y'all now. Let me make sure Facebook, let me know if it's better for y'all. Let me know if y'all can hear. I'm gonna repeat that. I'm gonna repeat that for y'all too. I'm gonna repeat it one time. We had 989. Y'all help me out over there. Let's get to 1,000 real quick. Let me know. Y'all good? Y'all can hear? It glitched. Yeah, I know. I seen it glitching on all three. So give me a second. I want to make sure, right? So the problem is now that you're paying more attention, closer attention, and you're not distracted the way that you was distracted before. So these people and these things, their behavior, the relationship, the family, all of these things have always been exactly what they are. But the problem was, right? The problem was you were so distracted with life that you never paid it any attention. You never paid it any attention because your focus wasn't there. And the moment that you go into that awakening and you become attentive, you become aware, and now you're working on your life, you see everything completely different. So when people say to you, we've always been this way, it's always been this, and I've always did that, why you got a problem with it now? Why are you saying something about it now? Why is it an issue with us now? Because you're not the person that you was before the awakening. Your awareness is not the same as it was before. Your need for more, your desire for more, your growth and your development, all of these things is completely different now that you are in your awakening, right? It's like, nah, I'm not going to let you talk to me like that. I'm not going to let you treat me like that. I'm not going to let you show up like that. Everything about you becomes different because your new life is going to have different requirements. I need different things that's going to be happening in this life. I'm not settling for what I used to settle for. I'm not putting up with what I used to put up with. I'm not dealing with what I don't no longer have to deal with. You don't play like that no more. And some people can't understand that. And this is why you have to be willing to let folk go. This is why you have to be willing to let folk go. This is why you have to be willing to cut ties. This is why you have to be willing to say, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to bow out, and I'm going to bow out gracefully. I'm going to bow out, and I'm going to bow out gracefully. Those four. I'm going to bow out, and I'm going to bow out gracefully. Those 4 stages. I don't know. I hope this person like really need to chill. You know, sometimes people start calling you. It's you feel disconnected or detached. Reevaluate your beliefs. You start to dream more vivid dreams. And you start to experience deja vu. Those are the 4 that we put in for today. All right. I absolutely love each and every one of you guys. I want you guys to have an amazing, amazing day. Every single day that you wake up and you put 10 toes to the ground, I want you to sweat yourself. Tell yourself how beautiful you are and how much you love you, because there's no love like self-love. And you first have got to love yourself way before you're able to love anybody else. Of course, it's your favorite online motivational speaker and life coach. It's your girl, Street Poet. Man, we're talking all week long about the transformational stages of transformation. When you're entering that transformational stage and experiencing, the changes in your life, we're going through these things because as we continue to grow, as we continue to change, I don't want you guys to be startled by seeing these things happening in your life. These things are in fact supposed to happen. God is going to expose you to the true nature of people, places, and things that's around you. God will pull you over into a spiritual isolation isolation. Yes, you will experience an awakening. And what I'm doing now is breaking down to you some of the stages of that awakening. This is a stage. These is things that you're going to grow through as you continue to read, to fast, to study, to become one with him as you're operating with that Christ conscious. It's not just simply you going down there and getting saved and declaring that you're a Christian now. Oh, it's more to that. It's more to this journey than just that. And I want us all to start actively working on that, acknowledging these things, nourishing these things inside of our life. I love each and every one of you guys. I want you guys to have an amazing, amazing day on today, this beautiful Tuesday. I'm going to get off because we got prayer at 12 o'clock inside the Patreon. So I hope you guys are in there and ready. If you have not subscribed to my Patreon, I am strongly, highly suggesting that you go and do so expeditiously. The link is right there inside my bio. It says Linktree Street. Stroll down to where it says mental health support group. Select that $15 tier. Get inside my Patreon because we have our Thursday night mental health / Bible study class every night in there from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Prayer every Tuesday and Thursday. 24-hour chat line where if you need anything, you can put it right there in that chat. These people are the people that we talk to on a regular basis. And if you're just now starting your spiritual journey and you want that family, you want that support group, make sure you get in there expeditiously. And I'm pushing everybody to get into that real hard right now because I got so much that's about to come to that within these next 2 months of June and July that I want you guys to make sure that y'all are inside the Patreon because it's going to be things that's only going to be taking place inside the Patreon. So if you have not subscribed, make sure you go and do so and do it expeditiously. I love you guys so much, man. Y'all already know the end of this month I will be the guest speaker in St. Lucia, and then after St. Lucia, we will be in Atlanta, Georgia. I will be coming to Atlanta, Georgia as well. That's going to be July the 19th, and the tickets are available for that. August the 23rd, y'all already know, I'm going to be in Brooklyn, New York. You could go and get your tickets right now. The Eventbrite is jumping. It is halfway full, halfway sold out already. So if you want in on that, you can most definitely get in the room. I love you guys so much, man. I hope you guys are enjoying this series just as much as I am enjoying teaching it. I love you guys, and you guys have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you guys soon. We already